Voices of the Anambra, our pride, our voice.
Welcome once again to Voices of India Anambra. It's always an amazing time right here on the podcast, and it's always a delight to have you. My name is Uche Chukwu Ebanana. Yes, you can call me Jasmine. Amen.
And Amaka is in the Vego. You can call me Amaka.
Oh my God! Now, this is New Year, New You.
New Year,
but
New
you
Me.
still keep the Amaka now.
No, is Amaka?
Amaka the disappointed.
No. We don't do that over here.
Okay, let us believe. Well, today on the podcast, we've had different talks, side, left, right, middle, center. But then we said, let's have a discussion with these people because other of saying things about this particular sector of amazing people, and we don't get to hear from them themselves. We cannot make words for them. We are not holding press conference for them. We need them to speak for themselves. And that is why we have gathered ourselves and said, what better way than to bring in the chairman, House Committee on Media and Publicity. He's also the chairman, House Committee on Finance and Appropriation, and as well as the member representing Anocha 2 constituency in the Anambra State House of Assembly. Now that brings me to ask, what exactly are we talking about? I'm still going to unveil this human because yes, he is on another level. He's hotter than hotter. Yes, because he's hotter. You know that sound until you see him. Come on down.
They should chill.
Yes. Today we are taking a look at the Anambra State House of Assembly, the 8th Assembly, its relationship with the executive arm of the government, which is led by the Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo administration. And is it actually productive or is it rubber stamp? You've said a lot. It's time for us to hear from them. With us is Right Honorable AGK Okechukwu Ogbuefiigbo Nukefi. He is a rightful member of the 8th Assembly. And of course, he was in his 7th. So he has a lot of experience in this. He has been there. He has been there. We say, Ogbuefi, you're welcome to Vona.
You're welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Ogbuefi, you are nothing like this in
You forgot to tell them that he's representing Anocha 2
Yeah, I
constituency.
did say it.
Okay.
Anocha 2. You got you from here now. He's going to chase me for here. Oh, yeah, but you won't anymore. With that being said, Ogbuefi, I and Asige, no. From our talk points today, from our talk point today, is the 8th Assembly actually rubber stamp?
It depends on what you mean by rubber stamp. What actually do you mean by that word, rubber stamp?
When people say the Assembly is rubber stamp, actually they tend to mean that they do the bidding and will of the executive.
We don't have the minds of our own. Anyway, I don't know if we are rubber stamp. In the last 2 years plus, we have passed 38 bills, almost half of which are private member bills. So I don't know the definition of rubber stamp. I wouldn't want to talk about the hundreds of motions we have done that are all private member motions. Even today, we just finished plenary where we still did our motion concerning the continued Monday sit at home. We just finished it now in the assembly.
Wow.
So I don't know. But come to think of it, calling us rubber stamp, I don't know. In fact, personally, I've adopted that name. Wherever you see me, call me rubber stamp. I've adopted it because, let's say in Igbo, if we are not working in tandem with the executive, if we begin to cause trouble with against the executive arm of government, the same Anambradians will complain that we are doing that to be bought over. And we are now working in consonance, in a peaceful atmosphere with the executives for the betterment of India Anambra.
True.
Because what we are doing is we encourage the executive to use the resources of the state and work for the state. And that is one of the ideologies of this Eighth Assembly. And the emergence of Professor Charles Soludo as governor of Anambra State, he came with a similar ideology with Eighth Assembly. So why must we fight? Since the resources of the state is used to develop the state, have we gotten it this better? This
So you're trying to
before?
say that the House of Assembly is not a compliant house for the governors. Is not. You're trying to say that they are in total compliance with the governor's agenda.
This is an independent arm of government.
Okay.
This is an independent arm of government. We have our own leadership. The executive have their own leadership. Whatever thing we do, if there is a bill introduced by Mr. Governor, executive bill to the House, we will look at the bill, make necessary amendments before passing it. The latest is the 2026 appropriation that we just passed. Fortunately, it was under my committee. We increased the budget size because we felt that it needed to be increased. Yes, you don't just do things because you have the powers to do that. You do it when necessary.
Sure.
Yes, we were doing the budget, and at the same time, we had the request for virement from the executive.
Yeah.
And you won't be asking us to via money from one MDA or from one budget code to another. And at the same time, you are voting a similar sum of money to that MDA for the coming fiscal year. Which means that by the end of that fiscal year, we will still come for virement for that particular MDA again. And we had to stop it. We had to do something about it. Let me give you a typical example. Oka Capital Development Authority. As at the ending of the 2025 fiscal year, they had spent about what was appropriated for them was 500 million was appropriated for them in 2025. And before the tail end, they made a request for virement to add additional either 300 million for them for the ongoing projects they were handling. Okay, now you come to 2026 budget and you voted 600 million for them. It won't fly because 2025 they had 800 million. Why now should we vote 600 million for them in 2026? It won't fly. The best thing is to increase it.
So you're saying it was not just a friendly amplification?
We are doing our work the way we should do it. But we are respecting our various boundaries. The legislature is respecting the boundaries of the executive. We must not confront them or be at daggers drawn with them to tell them that this thing is not right, this thing is not right. Their dialogue is the key. If at any place we couldn't meet and at a consensus I did them. What we do is to establish a round table where both parties will talk and arrive at something and we carry it out. Is that not for the best of the state?
True.
So I don't know. That's why I adopted the name rubber stamp, because if I don't adopt it, people, if Dino Meleye said that if you say the truth, you die. If you lie, you die. That you better say the truth and die. So the same thing, if we cause trouble, the legislation will be at the receiving end. If we become confrontational with the executive, we'll still be at the receiving end. If we work in consonance with them, we'll still be at the receiving end. It is better we do the best for the people of the state. We are representatives of the people. I have my people I represent, and they look up to me to protect them, to always make policies that will favor them. And that is our cardinal objectives as a people of the House of Assembly.
As aside from making laws, the House also oversees the executive.
Yes.
But people are looking at, I think when they say this rubber stamp, actually, they are tending to look at maybe an executive order or proposal that has been stopped by the House. Has there been any such?
Now, how will you
nature?
stop a proposal of the government that is for the good of the people? Just for you not to be called a rubber stamp. Take, for instance, this executive order issued yesterday by Mr. Governor that enough is enough on the city at home. And you want us to come and stop it. Whereas we know that the economy of this state is continuously dwindling. We all know. Every Monday, we all move to Asaba and come back Tuesday morning. Is that the way to live? You ask yourself, those people we are protecting, we are clamoring for, we are agitating for, do they have sit-at-homes in their respective states? They don't. So why must Anambra be the because we are home for all? So the issue is that you don't.
So, light of the nation.
No, that is what we are known for before now.
Home for
So
all.
you don't just expect us now. You talk about oversight.
Yeah.
Our committees work round the clock oversighting the executives. And we must not come out to shout that Mr. Governor did this thing wrong, or one commissioner did this thing wrong, for you to know that we are working. It is not like that. That's why I said we'll set boundaries of all the arms of government. We don't just oversight the executive. We also oversight the judiciary.
Oh.
Yes, the oversight function is
Interesting.
across board. I think according to section 128 of the Constitution that empowers the House to oversight, it says that the House oversights any MDA or any arm of government that is within its legislative competence. And what does that
Okay.
imply? It implies that whichever arm of government that the House approves the budget of that arm of government, the House also have the powers to oversight that arm of government with the intention to unravel corruption and incompetence, etc., etc. That's section 129 of the Constitution. So what are we talking about here? Is it now we are touring the roads that are being constructed in the state? My colleagues are there now as I'm talking with you.
Oh.
They are inspecting the roads, and that is part of the oversight.
Interesting.
And when they do that, it is a continuous thing. If I don't say it now, you wouldn't know. And you don't expect us to start announcing it everywhere before doing it. House of Assembly is an arm of government that don't make noise. We work, we do. In fact, if it is in a football match, we do the dirty job because we stand between the defense and the attack. But we don't make noise. If we are talking about the best striker, the MVP, you don't give it to House of Assembly. If you talk about the best defender or the best goalkeeper, don't give it because we are silently working. If I'm not here now to tell you that my colleagues under the Committee of Works and Infrastructure are touring the state now, especially Anambra Central now, after the plenary of today, to go and inspect the quality of roads that are being constructed in Anambra Central. And I had participated in that exercise on several occasions, yes, because I'm a member of that committee. Okay. And there are places we notice some anomalies from the contractor. We summoned the Commissioner for Works. With the contractor. We summoned both and they came. We discussed, that committee is headed by a Korean certified engineer in the person of engineer Imawafo. He knows all these things. We summoned them and we told them, look, so and so places you are doing this are substandard or are out of the BEME or the standard that upon which the contract was awarded. And what they do is to go and make amends. Must we shout for people to know that we are working? So that is the misconception. They want us to start shouting and being confrontational with the executive arm of government for them to know that we are working. But if we do that, the state will suffer. Go to River State today and see what is happening there. What meaningful development is happening there? Simply because the legislature and the executive are at loggerheads. Is that what they want in Anambra State?
Okay. Just like still on what Jasmine is hinting on, that from both arms of government, the executive and the legislative, right, is APGA that is ruling the arms of government. So how exactly do you debate and how exactly do you come to terms, seeing that there is no opposition party per se to,
We have opposition members in the House.
I mean, the rulers of the both arms of government.
I will talk of the one I am a member of.
Yeah.
You don't expect me to go and speak on behalf of the executive. I am not there. I'm not their member. I am a member of the legislature. So coming to the House, we have opposition members in the House. But you know that majority will always have their way, whereas minority have their say. It is not a maxim that originates in Nigeria. It is a maxim that is associated with democracy world over. It is based on population. Very soon, America will be conducting midterm election. And the Republican and the Democrats will be fighting within themselves to control the legislature. So any party that controls the legislature should have their way. Yes. And the most important thing is that we have a governor that has life-touching policies for the people of Anambra State. And when such policy comes to the house, you don't expect us, the APGA members, not to make sure that it succeeds.
Yeah.
We have to, because the opposition, we one way or the other, want the governor to fail so that their own candidate will become the governor. But our own, we, the ruling party, we want the governor to succeed so that when we go for election, we'll still win again. And that is a testament to what happened in November 8th. Because we made sure that all the policies of government that are to the benefit of the masses, we supported it all, and the masses benefited, and they show their appreciation through the vote.
So what checks exist to what checks exist to actually counter this and to make sure that the ruling parties are not supporting just because it's the same party?
No, listen, this thing is like a complicated kind of. You see, politics is a complicated game. It's not as straight as it
So it's
sounds.
not politricking.
It's politricking, yeah. Myself now, I represent a people of Anochatu constituency, comprising of 6 communities. And those communities are holding me accountable to attract things to them. So if the executive arm of government is not getting it right, we have to protest because we represent the people. The people will ask us questions. But we are lucky that we have a government that is getting it right already.
Okay.
That is the luck we have. The government here, the executive arm of government, Mr. Governor is doing so well. I said that this house wants the resources of the people to be used to work for the people. And when the governor came in, he came with an ideology that is even more beneficial to the people than the one we have as a house. And what do you do as a person other than to key in and make sure that all those laudable programs are carried out for the betterment of the state? That's what we are doing. And we won't allow the opposition to thwart it, because probably they will be jealous that APGA is performing.
So, but in the House, there is room for debate between...
We debate on daily basis. And the only thing is that before you come up for debate, you must make sure that you are knowledgeable enough, because we have some smart and intelligent people in APGA too that are ever ready to puncture whatever argument you are coming with on the point of laws of the state. So before coming up with any form of debate, you will make sure that you have something here that will be able to counter what our super members are bringing on board.
So which means that every member of the House, irrespective of their political party, has equal opportunity to even bring up proposals.
The issue is that if I should give you the list, if I should give you the list of bills and the motions passed by this 8th assembly, you will see that even people from the opposition parties have their own fair shares of bills and motions passed. Nobody, no mouth had ever been shut in this assembly. No mouth has ever been shut in this assembly. Not one. So far, you have a bill that conforms with the dictates of the House, or you have a motion, because some people, when we started newly, we have just about 5 old members, and the other ones are new. So probably they were struggling to at least come into terms with the rudiments and the day-to-day workings of the house. And they are also eager to perform. Some of them will just go and get a bill, not knowing that the law had already been in the state before they bring the bill. So when they bring such bill, the committee that is saddled, the Committee on Rules and Businesses, that is saddled with approval of such bill, will look at it and call the attention of the member. It happened across political parties. And call the attention of the members. Please, this bill we have a similar law already in existence to this bill, so it won't fly. Go and get us another bill. That has always been it.
Okay.
So no mouth had ever been shut in the State House of Assembly. Once you bring your motion and it falls within the maybe it doesn't, it is not a motion that will bring the integrity of the House, and it forms within how do I put it, what is expected of the House to do. You will be given express approval to do it. The only thing is that you have to follow the rule, because bills and motions must first come on notice, so that members will take it home, study it, and prepare their debate for it. And it will be rescheduled on a later date after it had come on notice for members to be able to debate on it.
All right. Is that why 221 laws recently has been brought up for review and revision, per se, headed by Honorable Mimi Aziki?
Yes, this is
Is that also part of policy making?
this is an executive request from the House. Yet it is a very good policy, because most of the times we think that we are short of laws, but we are not. We have laws already that, if implemented to the fullest, this state will be the best. But most of the times, such laws are almost forgotten and moribund. And that's why the executive, out of their wisdom, aggregated all these laws and sent them back to the State Assembly to form a compendium of Anambra State laws, so that it is a one-stop point for any lawyer or any litigant wanting to know the law of the state he wants to use to execute whatever thing he wants to execute. Because going to search for this law, that is the essence of aggregating all of them together and giving all of them a common name, and amending ones that are amendable, and strengthening ones that needs to be strengthened. It is a Herculean task, but we are capable of doing it. Honorable Mimi Azikiwe is also a lawyer. And,
but is she not too new to the ground?
No, but that is why people like us are in the committee.
Okay.
She will bring her legal expertise, we will bring our experience. That is why, because we have, the committee is made up of so many lawyers too, and the lawyers in equity.
Okay. You've talked so much about collaboration between the executive and the assembly. So, but can you give us a single achievement, like an example, an achievement that has been achieved by this collaboration, to even say that, oh, this is superior governance?
Number one, there are many of them, very, very many of them, but let me just give you two instances.
Okay.
Number one is the Anambra State Homeland Security Law.
Okay.
That's law, when it came as a bill, that law established Agune Chamber, which even empowers the PGs, the President Generals of various communities, gave them roles to play in ensuring that security of lives and properties are guaranteed in various communities. And the outcome of that law is what Anambra State is enjoying now. So when the law came through the executive, we sat on it. It passed for second and third reading. We went through the committees and came back, panel beated to make it the best. And the outcome is the success recorded presently in securing Anambra State. Number two, we also did the local government administration law. That one generated lots of controversy. I was in various radio houses trying to tell in the Anambra that this law is the best law to administer our local governments. Because if we had not enacted that law, there would have been chaos and disaster in the state. Because the major problem will be who will pay the pensioners and who will pay the teachers. Now, these teachers are working across local governments of the state. No teacher is working in his or her own local government. Same as health workers, same as retired ones. They all once worked in various local governments before they retired. So now, if you say that you give local government 100% resource control, who now pays a teacher from Anocha working in Dunukofia? Who now pays a teacher that started his work in Njikoka and was posted to Urumba South, later posted to Onitsha North, later posted to Ayamelum, and finally retired at Idemili North? Who will pay the pension and the gratuity of such a teacher? And that is why we created that fund, that small fund for special services, for common services of all the local governments. And that money is being managed by the mayors themselves. That is the area our people refuse to understand. That fund is being managed by the mayors themselves, and that fund is used to take care of all these common services that people are doing for the state at various local governments. Thirdly, the Anambra State Service Apprenticeship Bill, the bill that regulates the boy and the mafia in Igbo land.
Yeah.
That is another landmark bill passed by this assembly, sponsored by my humble self. And the bill, ever since it was passed, had gotten so much publicity that we receive calls from across the world demanding for the template of the Igbo boy in Anambra State. Because back in the days, apprenticeship was recorded at least 40% employment in the state. And that is where we are going back to. That bill has not been assented yet because there are minor amendments that we need to do before, because there are some clauses that are inconsistent with an act of the National Assembly. So that is the area we want to correct now, and make it before we now present it for the assent of Mr. Governor. So you see these collaborations, you see what it has done for the state, you see the progress it has generated for the state. A whole lot of it, a whole lot. I can't start mentioning them one after the other. We have 38 bills already passed.
Wow.
And each of them we have environmental bill that deals with our environment. Do I go there? We have an electricity bill that deals with electricity distribution. A whole lot of them. If I want to start mentioning them one after the other, correction services bill, because you know that we have the prisons. We are during the 6th alteration of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, it was moved from exclusive list to concurrent list, empowering the states to now take care of their prisons. And we have to domesticate a law that will control the prisons in Anambra State, and we've done that. Anambra State Correctional Services Bill, 2024. So all these things we have achieved a lot.
So
and you know that an Agama lizard said that if we fall from an iroko tree and nobody praises him, that he will praise himself. And that's what we are doing, trying to praise ourselves.
Wonderful.
So you are saying this 8th assembly has been as smooth, a very smooth ride so far.
Have you heard of any quarrel in the 8th assembly? We are very okay.
No, we've heard some quarrels in the
Which one have you heard?
some quarrels in the 8th
We
assembly.
mentioned it.
And then one member suspended and all that.
Yeah, I remember his suspension is part of an act of the legislature. It doesn't depict quarrel.
Because people say that the assembly acted to favor the governor.
Who said that? The member in question started with bringing out individual members of the assembly and rubbishing them on the social media. In fact, I was given another new tag, which I embraced. Yes,
After
I was.
the rubber stamp.
No, that rubber stamp was by some of the people in the public, but that my colleague gave me one name, which
Wonderful.
I also embraced.
You
short devil
you keep embracing
short
this
devil.
tag.
from Anocha.
That's why you're black. Oh my God.
That's my name too. So and I embraced it too. So, but the issue is that House of Assembly is a house of records, and the integrity of the house should not be ridiculed by a member. And the only tool we have as a house is that of suspension, because we cannot expel a member. We can only suspend. So, and that is what we do. And once he complies with the requests made by members for him to come back, once he complies with that, he's one of us. He's our friend. That something led to him misbehave doesn't make him not to be our friend and our member. He is. And I can tell you authoritatively that he is not in personal beef with any of us. We are all friends.
Nice.
But the institution is what we are trying to protect.
Okay. Can you tell us what the assembly is actually doing to track and verify state debts? As we all know, they said the 7th assembly approved 100 billion naira debt, right? So, sorry, 100 billion naira that can be assessed.
Loan.
Yeah. So, some people are also saying that Mr. Governor has accessed this loan in secret. So what exactly is the
But do you
8th
know
Assembly
that I am the
doing
chairman
to
House
track and
Committee on
verify
Finance
it?
and the Appropriation? Have you forgotten? And if there is anybody that should know, I am the number one person that should know. I am the chairman House Committee on Finance and the Appropriation. Anything that has to do with state finance and the appropriation, I know. Because I open books. I can tell you authoritatively that no such loan has been secured by the state government. No such. And even the budget we just passed now, there is an amount, I don't have it off heart anyway, but there is a particular amount dedicated to servicement of the loans of the state. That the money that we have a sum, a particular sum under a particular code for the debt servicing of the state. And it doesn't affect anything going on in the state. It doesn't. If I don't tell you, wouldn't even know that these debts are being serviced and being paid back gradually. You wouldn't know if I don't tell you. We have the books. We open the books. We have the records. If you talk about budget is all encompassing. You talk about revenue or the totality of the revenue that the state is expected to have in a particular fiscal year, and how 100% of that revenue should be spent within that fiscal year. So if you are spending 1 kobo to service debt, we should know. If you are spending 10 naira to service debt, we should know. If you are borrowing money as a source of revenue, we should know. Because if you are giving us a budget of 700 billion and you are telling us that that the IGR and the FAC you are expecting for the fiscal year is 400 billion, we will ask, where do you expect to get the remaining 300 billion to fund the budget? We will ask questions. And you must tell us. Like this one, we have a budget deficit of over 200 billion in the 2026 budget.
Yeah.
And I asked that same question. Mr. Governor, where do you intend to get this money to? And he talked about privatization of some key government infrastructure. Take, for instance, the government might decide to privatize because government has no business doing business. Government may decide to privatize the Solution Fund City for effective and efficient management. And once it's privatized, government will through that earn a bulk sum of money to be paid by the people that intend to
take up the privatization.
Take up this. So these are the things the ordinary people in the various industries don't know about. And that is the essence of having people representing you. Because once you ask questions, we are always eager to explain.
Well, people actually, like those who you people do represent, which are the Anambra in general, they actually have this notion of house member, he has not built this one, he has not built that one. Is it your duty to build anything?
That is the wrong precedent set in the past, which we are trying to correct. There was a time news was flying. Constituency project, and we keep asking, which project can a house member do? Under which code, under which vote? The small amount we have, we call it Constituency Empowerment Fund.
Okay.
And what is that fund meant for? We have people under our scholarship, we pay their school fees. We have people that maybe a health center in your locality is lacking this or that. You use that to provide. You do some youth empowerment with it. And if after all something remains, you can look at stomach infrastructure. So these are the little things. These are the little things we do as a house. If we begin to construct roads, what will the governor do again? The only thing we do as a house is to lobby for roads to be constructed within our own constituency.
And then you need that relationship with the executive.
That you have to lobby. If you approve the budget, okay, like for example, before you bring the budget of the Ministry of Works to me, I'll ask you, give me the list of the roads you intend to use this money to work on. And when you bring it and I don't see a road in my constituency, I will say no, I'm not approving.
No,
go and do something for me so that you that is my own powers. But most of the time,
Oh,
because
my
we
God.
have a governor that we work very closely with, that doesn't discriminate, we don't even toe that lane. We don't even go towards that because Mr. Governor is evenly distributing the state resources. That is the most
So you don't
important
have
thing.
any need to worry.
See the way he is connecting the entire rural and urban areas of the city. Yes, because
That's why. That's
There's
why.
something you're not telling us.
An Onitsha should benefit more. One, because we have Obuefin Okefi as a member of the House of Assembly that is very close to Mr. Governor. That whenever I beg, Mr. Governor listens. So, Musik and them.
Almost everything.
If you look at it now, yes, strategically positioned we are.
Yeah.
If you look at it now, Mr. Governor is trying to link all the suburbans and the urbans and rural areas to the state capital.
Yeah.
If you look at it, dualization going on from Amobia to Oga, greater part of it passed through Anocha local government. Agro precisely.
Yeah.
Now that direction is in fact going to the village now takes me less than 15 minutes from Okaya.
Enjoyment.
And I give it to Mr. Governor. He should take his flowers. Then you look at the one going from Agolo to link Enugu Onitsha Expressway. It passes through Anocha too.
You mean to link Owerri Road?
Yes, that is the extent it is going. To link Owerri Road, they are not Enugu Onitsha with Owerri Road. It passes through Anocha to some communities in Anocha like Agolo. Doesn't know what does it.
It's not some communities. Did you say some
communities? Yes. Agolo, Adazenu, partly Neni, Adaziane. If you go down, partly Adazienu, and of at least. Now the one going through Ekulobia to Nobi is another good one Mr. Governor is doing. It passes through Ichida. Yeah. So I believe that Anocha is benefiting because we are strategically positioned in the state, and that is one. You cannot go to Nobi from Ekulobia without passing through Ichida. The same way you cannot go to Nnewi from Agro without passing those areas, and you can't go to Oga from Amobia without passing through Agro. So all these ones are, and a whole lot. Even Mr. Governor, we approved in the budget for another for Agro Lake to be developed as another tourist center.
They are not
and that is coming. And Mr. Governor promised us. I had him one-on-one say that the Fun City is a minor one. That he is securing a bigger expanse of land where he will do the major Fun City, where that will attract so many fun seekers to Anambra State across the globe. And this is the type of thing we want.
Hope he's not in Anocha too.
If it happens in Anocha, we'll still thank God. I know that Ibuku doesn't have a good lake.
We are in museum.
Ibuku Museum, I know that I approved fund for it in the budget.
Oh.
Yeah, there is something I approved for Ibuku Museum in the budget. So the issue is that Mr. Governor, I'm here to speak for the House of Assembly, but you cannot talk about one arm of government without mentioning the other. Because we all work closely together and for the good and the benefit of Anambra. The truth is that we have a governor that is indeed Yoruba.
Right.
He is not afraid of working. Or that project, once he is determined that he will do it, he goes ahead and do that.
All right. Thank you so very much, Right Honorable Ejiko Kechukwu. Lehana Ponde Kanagulo. Prospectus lost.
I have more prospectus now.
Prospective lawyer Nago. Lawyer Nago. Right Honorable Ejiko Kechukwu, thank you so much for your time. Chairman, indeed the Chairman House Committee on Media and Publicity was seen it in you, and well done. Thank you for your time today on the podcast.
Thank you.
All right, my people, you've heard it. Let's have your own thoughts right there in the comment section. My name is Uche Chukwu Ebonam. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and also click on the notification bell so you'll be notified each time we have a content for you.
And Amaka Ezedewego. Do not forget to follow us across all social media platforms. See you next time.
Bye.
Voices of the Anambra, our pride, our voice.